consideration about how to use a clerk to support the work of a governing body. It's an area that I get questions asked about. A head teacher recently asked me what the going rate for a clerk to governors is in terms of an hourly rate of pay, and was quite taken aback when I said it's anything between the minimum wage and £50 an hour. And that is absolutely reflecting the broad spectrum of roles that we've got out there for people with the title clerk to governors. So I think it's important for governors to think beyond the title clerk to governors and think actually what duties do we want performed. There's the traditional role of clerk as the minute taker of a meeting, of making sure the right papers and people are in the right place at the right time, and giving advice on procedural matters to do with governance. We're now seeing schools begin to develop the role of clerk, links with the company secretary role, but also potentially getting into areas around working with the chair and the head teacher on securing effective governance. So the clerk may be taking on a very active role for being responsible for the recruitment of new governors, the training of governors and coordinating the training, the induction of new governors coming in, understanding the requirements that on the expectations that will be placed on governors in things like the Ofsted framework, and making sure that the governance is fit for purpose when Ofsted come in and do an inspection. So I think it's important that the governing body recognises the different models that might be out there and thinks what's best for the particular school in its circumstances at the particular time. But because it's so fast moving, I think the supply of potential labour for this new role is limited. I don't think there are people who are coming along as the finished article for what is an evolving job. So it might be the governors need to recognise that they're recruiting someone with the potential to grow and develop as the role grows and develops, and therefore they might need training in areas like the company secretary responsibilities. They might need training to understand the Ofsted framework and to be involved in those areas. And I would thoroughly recommend the training available through the National College for Clerks to Governors. That I think that's met a long overdue need for training in the basics of clerks to governors. But I think then the clerk needs to be certainly aware of the need to take what is a very broad national training programme and be able to apply that to the local circumstances of their single or multi-academy trust.